Alright, so Crash of the Titans. I've got a lot to say about this game, and a lot of it's bad. So let's start with the good and get that out of the way first. Alright, so without further ado, here's the good about Crash of the Titans. Fuck. Alright, so the first thing I notice is that this is not how I remember Crash, like, at all. However, I do hear a lot of comments on games like these that, oh, I hate people that only care about nostalgia, they're missing out on good games. Which is fair. So let's focus on the non-nostalgia factor for a couple minutes here. The gameplay itself is just unentertaining. The level of difficulty is equal to a two-piece puzzle, or Guitar Hero on beginner, or making a bowl of cereal. It's unentertaining, any simple mind can do it, it's boring, and it doesn't take up a lot of your time. All you gotta do is hop on these mutant things' backs and start wrecking your enemy shit. However, I was fair to this game, I did give it a shot. The first time I played this game, it was on my PSP, and I thought, okay, well, sometimes games suck on PSP, you know, they're not bad on console. So I tried it out on my Xbox. I put the game in the disc tray, Red Ring of Death. Okay, so there it is, there's the fucking gameplay that sucks. Can I talk about the nostalgia now? Yeah, good. The first question we need to ask ourselves here is, does this Crash Bandicoot look like this Crash Bandicoot? I don't know, does Daffy Duck look like Donald Duck? I mean, sure, they're both ducks, but no, one's black, one's white. One's wearing a shirt, the other one's buck-ass naked. I guess at least Crash is wearing pants. These two are just showing their dicks to all children around them. Let's take a look at some differences. This is the guy that you remembered. This is the guy that rode on the cute little polar bears, took down Dingodile Engine Cortex, was faster than nitrous oxide when it came down to it. This is your friend. This is your rapist and drug dealer. This is the guy that will probably stab you in your sleep. But Crash isn't the only one that looks shitty in this game, oh no. Everyone looks like a pile of shit in this game. Aku Aku looks like Mr. T got hit by a truck. Coco looks like the town bicycle. Crunch looks like Hulk Hogan fucked a wolf. Engine is fucking blue! And Cortex has a terrible case of bedhead. Fuck, I hate what they did to these characters. This is so saddening. Especially if you're like me and played games like these. Yeah, I think we can all agree that that was the shit. Another thing that I was greatly disappointed by was that Crash no longer has his spin. Instead it looks like Charmander using Scratch Attack. I mean, I can't complain too much. I guess I can understand why they would want to make a game like this. I mean, I guess they'd pretty much milk the Crash series as much as they can and want to change it a bit. But this is a step in the wrong direction. Take a look at a game like Crash Twinsanity. This game was a step in the right direction, with Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1 kind of being dying consoles at the time with the new PlayStation 2 blowing up. Video games weren't really anymore going through a stage, getting the items in the stage or the item at the end of the stage, going out, repeating this a couple times, and then fighting a boss. Video games were now just going through the game. If you found a boss, you beat him and moved on. This is exactly what Crash Twinsanity did, and it worked out for the better. It was a plot where Crash and Cortex had to work together to take down the two twins invading the island. And this kind of game style made for a fun and challenging game. You hear that, Radical Entertainment? Go fuck yourself. And I'm serious too. I mean, this is probably about my 6th or 7th favorite Crash game. And correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I am aware of, or all the games I'm aware of, there are 15 Crash Bandicoot games, not including any iPhone racers or anything like that. Also including no cartridges with 2 games on them. In order from favorite to least favorite, my Crash Bandicoot games would probably have to be Crash 2, Cortex Strikes Back, Crash 3 Warped, Crash Team Racing, Crash Wrath of Cortex, Crash Bash, the original Crash Bandicoot, Crash Twinsanity, Crash Nitro Kart, Crash Ripto's Rage, which I will talk about in a second because that's probably the most genius idea ever, Crash Entranced, Crash the Huge Adventure, Crash Tag Team Racing, Crash Boom Bang, Crash of the Titans, and Crash Mind Over Mutant. There are 11 games here that I actually like, so let's talk about those first. All 5 PlayStation 1 titles are jizz-tastic. Wrath of Cortex, Twinsanity, and Nitro Kart are also very good games. The Game Boy Advance titles are also very good for being Game Boy Advance titles. There's one specific Game Boy Advance title I want to focus on here. I know I've kind of gotten off topic about Crash of the Titans, but trust me, this is all going to add up in the end. I just want to talk about this for a second. Crash Ripto's Rage is a game where you team up with Spyro to stop the team of Ripto and Neo Cortex. Best idea ever! I really wish this game would have been on something else besides the Game Boy Advance. This would have been the greatest game ever. Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, that's the real D-Generation X right there, bitches.
Now y'all just witness history in the making.
Greatest combination since eggs and bacon.
Now what does all this have to do with Crash of the Titans? Why is Crash Over the Titans and Mind Over Mutant at the bottom of my list? Because every other game is Crash Bandicoot. Except for Boom Bang, I don't know what the fuck that shit is. Why, in this game, do they decide to make the characters look so different? This is like DKCR enemies all over again. You want to change something? Okay, good, I look forward to it. But the replacement is fucking dumb. This new Crash Bandicoot invented rape. He's the demon in Paranormal Activity. He was the first person to give somebody AIDS. He assassinated JFK. He designed the Modern Warfare 3 maps. I wouldn't be surprised if he shit on your pillow tonight. When you masturbate, he's gonna be watching. He invented being a pedophile. He hacked the PlayStation Network. He decided to end that 70s show. He killed off Wrinkly Kong. He founded One Direction. He writes the script for Jersey Shore. He invented auto-tune. He shouldn't even be alive. He should be kept in a cage somewhere. Except that crazy crack addict would probably gnaw his way out. This game gets a disappointing 2.5 out of 10 from me. I absolutely do not want to talk about this game anymore, and I have nothing further to say.